Setting parking brake. There you go. And giving you control.
I have control.
You have control.
I have control. Okay, so parking brake set. Mixture's full rich. Mixture's full rich. RPM 1700. Now, did the RPMs come up for you?
Yep.
Good.
They're about 1650.
Right mag. Good.
Now for mags, you really don't want to leave it on
left mag good.
Longer than 6 seconds about when you're doing that.
Good. Is that okay?
For a reason.
Okay. Difference is good. Carburetor heat test. We got a drop in RPM. Good. Ammeter check. And we got a drop when we take the alternator off. Vacuums at 5. And oil temperature good. It's just up in the green. Oil pressure good. Fuel gauges as expected. Throttle back down to 1000 RPM. Alternator back on.
Autopilot. You have the EGT. Click that EGT for me. Why do you never have it?
Oh, because I like seeing the time. There we go.
You like seeing the clock?
Yeah, I like seeing the clock.
But I think you have another clock somewhere.
I wish I did. I wish I did.
Well, technically, every plane's supposed to have a clock too, so they should have moved that somewhere else and kept the clock.
Yeah, it would have been really smart. With any kind of clock at all, I would have been happy with. Because one of the things I keep forgetting, Allie, is as I'm taking off, I'm supposed to note the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me to note the time if it's there. Okay. So it's looking good. I set my my mixture again. I'm going to do a quick check of my flight instruments. The altimeter's good. I'm going to check my flaps because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, so any airport above 5,000, I would definitely lean for takeoff. And
okay, for sure.
Remember, aileron into the wind as we are turning to hold short.
Boy, you can sure feel that with the wind, can't you? I'm checking
yeah.
Controls. Okay, controls are free and correct. Trim tab, elevator trim on takeoff, which is good. And radials are good. Transponder set. Autopilot's off. Don't have an autopilot, so it's got to be off.
No, you don't have it.
Okay. Tack.
Yeah, I switched mine to basically mirror your setup.
Taxi lights on, landing lights on, beacons on, nav, panel lights. It's good. And we've got the plane rented, and then we announce our departure and takeoff.
Double check that you have the plane rented.
Yeah, I've double checked. Thanks, Ellie. Hate when I forget that. Jerome, traffic. This is India Victor, India Papa 2.
Yeah, pull on up to the hold short and make your calls.
Departing 227 in the pattern, Monroe. I've already made them.
Okay, my ADSB says there's nobody around us. Parking brake.
Okay, clearing the sky.
Aileron.
To the east. Clearing the sky to the west. Aileron into the wind, right?
Yep. Good.
And it's neutral when I'm facing the wind, right?
Yeah. Neutral facing the wind, elevator neutral. When you got a tailwind, it's elevator full back. So it's kind of pushing your tail and nose forward.
Okay, I'm confirming the runway 27. Mixture full rich. I need an extra set of hands.
Yeah.
Good engine. Airspeed's alive.
Rotate.
Picking up speed.
Get us back in that center line.
We're at VY. Trimming for VY. So we're gonna turn crosswind at 4,750, 4,800.
Yeah, it's crazy. This pattern altitude is almost the point where you lean.
Jerome traffic. Victor India Papa, turning left crosswind for 27, Jerome.
We're 4,900, almost 5,000.
Oh, blew through that. And I want pattern altitude at 5,100, right?
Oh, it's 5,100. Okay.
Or it's
I was
5,200.
like 4,800. You're passing it.
Jerome traffic. Victor India Papa, turning left downwind, 27, Jerome. Trimming for level flight. I'm still trying to find the altitude. Oh, it's 4,053, so it should be 5,000. 5,100, right?
Yeah, round up. Unless it's like 10 feet. Then
Reducing the RPM, carb heat out, or carb heat in. Carb heat on. Flaps 10. Descent at 500 feet per minute. Looking over my shoulder.
If you want, use as much flaps as you want, but remember, you're gonna be going real slow across the ground for a long time if you put in more flaps.
Clear in the skies. She's clear. Turning base. Jerome
Watch
traffic.
your nose drop.
Victor India Papa, turning left base for 27. Jerome. So I'm going to coast until I hit final now, because I got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
I'd never make that airport now.
You can always add power. Remember,
Well,
power.
70 knots on base isn't too bad, right?
Well, the wind will slow you down. Remember, the power isn't really airspeed. The power arrests your descent as long as you hold the yoke at whatever you want and don't change it. That sets your airspeed.
Turning final.
Start turning.
Jerome traffic. Victor India Papa, turning left, turning final. 27 Jerome. So I got a long ways to go, so I'm going to leave my speed up until I get a little closer here.
Or you just practice going super slow.
Okay, bring it down to 70. And I'm going to reduce my speed by bringing my nose up.
Yeah.
So when I'm landing, my ground speed's going to be what, about 20?
Yeah. Well, your touchdown's going to be under 40. Have a little left rudder and a little aileron into that wind to the right.
Carpeed out. I'm messed up right now. I've got myself all backwards.
Backwards for what?
I'm confusing myself with my rudder and my aileron right now.
No.
Yeah, I was doing this for a couple of weeks. I had it all backwards. I was using the rudder the opposite way that I should have. And when you do that, you careen wildly across the runway after you land. So I got a quartering front headwind.
Yeah.
Right? It's not really a crosswind. So where do I want my rudder? I want my rudder to the left, right?
So what I would say is you're just going to be crabbing compared to the runway. Your nose is going to be facing right after you take off, because that's where the wind is coming from. Your nose is going to be kind of into the wind. And after you take off, because you're taking off with some rudder input and your aileron input, once you let go of rudder and aileron, your nose should turn towards the right. And your flight path should follow that runway straight down. Straight down the runway.
And what about landing?
I never fly with rudder input once I'm off the ground.
But what about...
Unless I have to align my aircraft with the runway.
Well, that sounds fair enough. What about landing?
Yeah. Unless I have to align myself with the runway. To keep my plane and the runway in line, then you use rudder. If I don't need that, well, the plane doesn't care if its nose is not aligned with the runway, so I don't really need rudder. It's going to fly straight down the runway as long as I'm crabbed at the correct angle, which it should be fairly correct once I take off and I'm off from the ground.
So you're saying don't even bother with the rudder on these landings right now, if I don't need it?
Well, you should use the rudder for the landings. After you take off, what I'm saying is you don't need to touch the rudder.
Right, but I'm talking...
You're off the ground, slowly let out the rudder, slowly let out your aileron, and let the airplane weather vane into the wind.
Got that, but my immediate concern right now is on landing. What do I do with the rudder?
Whatever it takes to keep that nose in line with that center line.
Okay.
That's what you're doing, and then your aileron,
Jerome
use
tracking.
the aileron
Victoria,
to
India, Papa,
slide yourself left and right.
Turning final.
And your rudder keeps
27.
your nose straight. Yeah, and we should be tipped a little to your aileron into the right-hand side, so you should be turning kind of right with a little bit of left rudder to keep yourself aligned center. Because as soon as you let out that aileron into the right, you start getting pushed. Probably as a 10 knots crosswind or something component. Actually, we can.
I got ground effect there, I think.
Haven't done this in a long time. Let's do our crosswind component. What was this? KJER.
Did you want to try a landing?
You keep going. Okay, 300, 18 gust, 33. What runway is that?
27.
27. Yeah. Well, it's saying 17 to 31 knot. It has a crosswind component of 6 to 11 knots. That's a 30 degree, and then we go 18. Yeah. So then 33 gusts. Yeah, 17. Yeah. I was doing the little
Jerome traffic. Victor India Papa 2. Left crosswind 27. Jerome traffic.
Graph or whatever that you use if you're trying to figure out what your crosswind is at a runway.
Jerome traffic turning left downwind.
Take the
27.
difference, the angle of difference, and then you go out on that angle for the speed of the wind, and then left or the left-hand side of it, and then the bottom are your two wind velocities compared to your track. Okay, yeah, when you touch down, I'll take over. Just go power idle and
Yeah, I feel pretty confident about those.
yep.
And from your side of the plane, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
Car feet in, flaps 10.
Starting our 500 feet a minute descent. Just remember on this turn from downwind to base.
Keep the nose up.
Yep. Pull back a little bit.
Yeah. Jerome traffic. Victor India Papa turning left base 27 Jerome. And here again, turn in base, make sure to hold that nose up a little bit.
Yep.
Well, that's not bad for 500 feet per minute.
You got a lot of power, so.
Yeah, but I'm fighting that wind too, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to hold it at 10 degrees. So aileron into the wind, rudder away from the wind.
Yep. And then you'll feel the gusts probably kicking you around a little bit.
The gusts aren't too bad, actually.
It really depends what they do in game, if they factor it in or not. Slide us over, slide us over.
Yeah, we got quite the ground effect with that wind. But that makes sense, I guess, right? Quite the ground effect with that wind.
Yep. You power idle?
Power idle, giving it.
Oh, no.
Giving it a bit of break there.
Yeah, I would pull back when you're trying to brake.
Pull back when you're trying to brake.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, at like that.
Okay. So do you want the controls?
Yep. Toss me controls.
Okay. You have control. You have control.
Okay, carb heat. This plane handle's a little weird. It's so light with that wind.
Man, is it ever? The flaps are down.
Oh, I've been what?
Good alignment. So I like that what you just told me. Don't worry about the rudder after you're taking off. Just crap.
My instructor, after we take off, feet on the ground.
Feet on the ground.
On the floor.
Okay, and
just take those feet off.
And I can be flying sideways. Just line myself up with my track.
It don't matter, because you know what you'd be setting yourself up for is if you were trying to do, this kind of thing as you're climbing, you're setting yourself up for a spin,
So you can turn crosswind anytime.
Yep.
Jerome traffic. This is Victor India Papa 2 turning left crosswind 27. Jerome traffic. Must be hard to be an instructor, and if you're up in the plane and the student can't fly a heading and can't hold an altitude, must be hard to just be calm. That So is this a bit far away from the runway?
It's fine.
It's fine. Maybe a better question would be, if I have a strong crosswind and the crosswind is pushing me away from the downwind leg, do I want to
see how my nose is kind of
Yep.
adjusted
Big time
compared to the
30 degrees. Well, what else? The question I have: if a crosswind was pushing me away from the airport on the downwind leg, would I want to keep my downwind leg relatively close, just in case you had a power failure, so you could make it to the airport against that wind?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. So you're still crabbing, right?
Yep.
That's why you're not flying 360.
Haven't touched my rudder.
Okay.
Turning final.
Jerome traffic, Victor India Papa 2, turning final 27, Jerome.
You see, I'm
Bleeding
opposite
altitude.
right now.
You feel that ground effect?
Yeah. Well, we're going. I wasn't looking at my speed, so we're going to float down the runway a long ways.
I found on all those it was really hard to get it to settle onto the runway because that wind just wants to hold you up.
Well, if we want to, we can add in full flaps and we just go really slow. See how slow our ground speed is?
Well, you mean our indicated airspeed
Well, the ground speed.
was even slower. Yeah, it's about 10 knots on the ground speed.
This.
Is your plane broken?
I don't. My one problem is
It's skeptical.
I had to use left rudder to keep in the runway. That should be full right rudder with that wind because it's pushing my tail like hell and trying to turn me the opposite direction, right?
Full left rudder
Yeah.
because the wind's coming
Well,
from
it
the
should
right.
be right rudder with the wind coming from my right.
No, it should be left rudder. Because the wind is grabbing a hold of your vertical stabilizer and it's pulling it really hard to the left. Or pushing it really hard to the left, rather. So
Yeah.
you got to give it left rudder to push back again to the right against that wind that's pushing it to the left. That's what I think.
Yeah, but it still feels wrong.
Well, that's an interesting way to turn to downwind. But it's good. Jerome traffic, Victor India Papa 2,
Out at 52.
left downwind 27.
This wind is just
Jerome traffic.
obnoxious. That, and I'm flying from the right seat. So we'll do full flaps. God, I let off from my yoke and it's like climb.
It's bizarre.
Go. That's 10. should kill our speed a lot. Boom. Now my speed's under control. That's 30. Seems like the wind changes, so I gotta, seems like a quartering wind from the left.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Which can be true because the wind changes away from the ground. Yeah.
You're using full flaps
Yep.
with this wind?
Yep. Let's see our ground speed.
Oh man, that ground speed. You're like 5-knot ground speed. What did you landed in what, like 30 feet?
Yeah. Yeah. I've done that in real life where it's, 30-knot wind like this. And I literally come to a stop and I'm like, oh shit, I need to add power to get to the taxiway on up. Because we're touching down at like 15 knots, across the ground with full flaps. But I'm like outside looking at, I think the windsock is off because I swear we got, because when I let off, I turn towards the left here.
Did I jinx you with me getting my right and left confused? I might have.
Well, the things feel like it's different. Just coast along down. And so.
Yeah, it's definitely blowing you to the left, isn't it?
Normally you take off like this with aileron slightly to the right and your rudder to the left. But taking off, I have to put in right rudder and left aileron, and it's like, we're basically right and right. Here you go. We're gonna switch controls.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're ready?
I'm gonna take control. I have control. I have control.
Don't do anything bad. My rubber ducky is watching us from the dashboard.
I don't see no rubber ducky.
You can click
Jerome traffic
on your dash right above
Victor
the,
India Papa 2 turning left crosswind 27
and
Jerome traffic.
Enable ducky to look at you bobblehead. Yep, he's swinging around. It also doubles as a turn coordinator.
Jerome traffic, Victor India Papa turning left downwind 27 Jerome.
I don't think practicing in 30 knot wind is really helpful with this.
For what I'm doing?
With this plane. It's just so light and there's no momentum.
But it's fun.
No mass to the plane.
But it's fun.
Yeah, it's definitely fun, but
yeah,
that's one of the things I like that Comanche so much. It handles differently because it has mass that they have added to it with their own code. Basically, that's running in the background.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make this the last.
Yep.
My meeting's gonna start pretty soon.
And use flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Yeah. Don't go 30.
Jerome traffic, Victor India Papa 2, turning left base. 27. Jerome. I like this. I don't think I would make that runway though if I had a power failure now.
No,
but I'm not going to.
You're not going to. There's plenty of time to put it down in that nice field or that road.
Yeah, the farmer will love me for that.
We'll put it down on one of his roads somewhere if there is one.
I like that. I got a stable approach. I like this speed too.
Yep.
Okay, so left aileron and then left rudder.
Right, left rudder.
Right aileron, left rudder.
Is what it should be.
That's what I'm using.
Wind reporting what it is, but you do whatever it needs to align your nose and keep yourself centered with your ailerons. But you're basically always doing, if your rudder is one way, your aileron is opposite. So more right aileron to get us back over there, and then you hold it once you're there.
Well, it's lined up for me pretty good.
Yep. Power idle.
Hello.
What's up?
Is that CFI guy? I think I recognize that voice.
It is.
Yep.
We got pretty strong winds here, CFI guy.
Nice.
Yeah, we were just saying it's not behaving properly, but it's fun.
Yep. Go real slow across the ground, because with this weight, we can take off. Flaps up too will help with handling.
I always thought you're not supposed to touch your flaps until you're off the runway.
Well, with a wind like that, that'll keep us on the ground more.
And now I want to dive away from that wind too, right?
I don't want that 33 knot gust catching our flaps and forcing us up when we're taxiing at 8 knots.
That's definitely some interesting physics.
Yeah.
It's that wind. Jerome traffic, Victor India Papa 2,
Well,
clear the
feels
runway.
like it pushes the nose more than the tail in this plane. Where are we going?
Right here. We're parked. I like this spot. This is my spot.